Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got a cool knife to talk about, and I blame my buddy Bob, the knife junkie, for this purchase, as I said on the unboxing. This is the Jason Knight designed Fox Knives in Italy produced production Kukri. And I got the fixed blade also that I'll pull out here in a second. It came with a cool sticker, which is, thought that was kind of cool. And these came from Tactical Elements, and I'm not sure if that's the only. Well, yeah, that should be the only place you can get it because it's got their logo on it as well. There on the blade. So, kind of a cool deal. I don't know the whole story on how that got created and whatnot, but let's just dive into the knife because I've had it for several days now, and well, we'll talk about the pluses and the minuses, and then you guys can decide what you think. These are still available, and I will link down to the Tactical Elements website, who is local to me. They're in Dublin, California, which is in the Northern California area, the San Francisco Bay Area. First off, and I did talk about this on the unboxing, the box for this one came all kind of smashed. And I don't know if that could have happened in the packaging. The way it was packaged in the box looked fine, so I don't know if it happened in shipping or if they just grabbed one off the shelf and tossed it in already smashed. I don't know. That is a negative for me. Maybe that's my OCD. Maybe that's the fact that I've been collecting watches and knives for many years. Packaging is important. So, be that as it may. Let's dive into the specs of this guy. It is 5¼ inches closed, so it's not a small guy. 9¼ overall. Let's move that coin out of the way. 9¼ overall, 4.08-inch blade, 3.95 cutting edge. This is N690, 0.157 thick. Overall thickness is 0.532. Weighs in at 6.2 ounces and runs on bearings. Not drop shut, but one little shake and you are good. Okay? It functions flawlessly, feels really good in the hand. Like, amazingly well in the hand. So let's zoom in. You have just let me back up. This comes in a couple of different models. It comes with the black G10. It comes with I think it's kind of a gray ivory type micarta. And I think there's an option for the blade too. I should have double checked that before I started. But hey, there's a couple of options. I know that Bob got the micarta blade handle. I like the all blacked out look myself, so I went with the all blacked out. They did a really good job. Titanium frame lock. The clip works fairly well. I kind of wished it was maybe a little more deep carry. I do like the kind of scallops that they did in the lock bar relief, and that goes all the way through to the frame side. Past the lock bar, they have that cut out there also for the clip so that it is easier. It's hard to kind of show the dimension there. But that way it's kind of easier to go in and out of your pocket because there's a little bit of a gap under the lip of the clip, if that makes sense. So great job there. Fox Knives does a fantastic job. I've reviewed a lot of Fox Knives before. It does have a steel lock bar insert as well as an over travel stop, and it's still, because it's new, it still has some oil kind of peeking out from the bearings every so often when I flip it. So overall, it's just a really nice knife that feels great in the hand and has a lot of utilitarian aspects with that recurve blade and the Kukri design. Okay? I think this can really be used well for EDC tasks. And Bob, and I'm sure he'll do a video on his soon, and he's been carrying his nonstop since he got it. So yeah, very useful and utilitarian. There is one negative to me, and it's giving me some pause on if I'm actually keeping this one or not, to be honest. It is the first flipper that I have had that is uncomfortable to flip. So when I pick it up and I put it in my hand to flip, it naturally just goes to here. The way that the handle splays out at the butt end, it kind of digs into my palm right here. You got to hold it a little bit and give it some pressure. So it's digging into my hand until I reposition to hold the knife. And when it's open, my hand is locked in really well. There's no blade play. It's a super solid knife, and I like the swell. I just don't like the swell when I'm deploying the blade. It's, for me, very uncomfortable. I mean, I guess I kind of have to change my grip from my normal knives that I pick up to flip. So that's just a problem for me. It digs in right here. And I've got a couple other flippers here. This is the TJ Fisher King Kamehameha. I put it in my hand and it doesn't, it's very similar where I hold it. It just doesn't dig in. Todd Begg Steelcraft. It's more rounded, so it's very comfortable. So, I don't know. Got some other flippers here, but that's kind of... I think you get the point. And I'm going to ask Bob, and if Bob sees this, please chime in and let me know your thoughts on that. I'm going to shoot you a message as well, just because I don't know. Maybe it's just my hand. With flippers, it's a very individual thing. The detent, the detent on this is excellent in my opinion. Some people like a stronger detent or a lighter detent. So I'm thinking it's just my hand. I'm not going to say don't buy it, but it is something that bothers me. So I don't know if this is a long-term keeper for me. It carries in the pocket. Okay, it's about this deep, but in my jeans, that little flared out butt end again, just kind of, if my t-shirt's not covering it, to me it looks a little odd, and that's total nitpick, okay? That is a total nitpick. So overall, I think it's awesome knife, and I really like it. Let me do some size comparisons here, but first I want to show the fixed blade version, and I will do a standalone video on the fixed blade, but I was on Bob's Thursday Night Knives, and one of the questions was, is it the same dimensions? Nope, it's not. It's, I don't know, a half an inch longer overall, give or take. I didn't measure. Now this one, I'm not flipping it. Feels way better in the hand because it's much more rounded and contoured. This has some chamfers on the edges, but it's not really rounded. So this feels great. Don't get me wrong there. This one just feels your hand better because it's such a thicker blade. So, but I'll do a whole video on the fixed blade independently. And, I'll compare it to this one again in that video. But let's do some normal size comparisons as we've rambled on quite a bit here already. Here it is next to the Sharpie. Again, not a small knife, but totally my size. And I really dig it in general. Spyderco Delica. I did bring out, here, that's Holt Spectre. We'll kind of go up in size as we go. Because I did bring out the Luther Orphan, which is not a Kukri, but it has similar lines, right? It's got kind of that angular shape. So I thought that might be a good size comparison also. Again, totally different price ranges. This is well, I bought both the fixed blade and the folder for $5.50 shipped. So I think this was $2.75. That one was $2.95 on the fixed, or vice versa, something like that. $2.45 maybe. I don't remember the exact pricing, but they're under $300 each. So super awesome. And this one here is quite a bit more than that. Handmade custom. These are production. So totally different, but gives you an idea size-wise was the point of that. And one more kind of odd-shaped, because I absolutely love it and recommend this wholeheartedly to everybody out there. The Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser P series production series. You can get this in multiple blades, multiple handle materials, different kind of carbon fiber. They have a marbled carbon. That's a different video. I did a video on that. You can go look for the Hellraiser video. So this one I don't know is a keeper. I think it's an awesome knife. It's uncomfortable in my hand to deploy. So I don't know if this is going to be a keeper. And I don't know if the fixed blade is going to be a keeper either, because what the hell do I need with a fixed kukri? But it's so cool, it's probably going to be a keeper. So let me know what you think. Anybody that has this, please give me your thoughts down below. And anybody that's thinking about getting it, I say go ahead and get it. Well built. Fox did a great job. I think you're getting more knife than the price would suggest, if that makes sense. It hits above its price range. It cuts above its price range? Slashes that price? I digress. There you go, guys. There will be a link to this down below. And thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And Bob, oh man, Bob, you got me on this one. And I couldn't be happier. So thanks for the suggestion. All right, guys, have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.